Hello everyone, this is Unit 13 here on Scene at the Homestead, and I want to share with you this headlamp that I've been using for approximately a year. It's mounted on a Phoenix 1500 firefighting helmet that I use for animal rescue operations. The light is a Nightstick XPP-5462RX. That's X-Ray Papa Papa -5462 Romeo X-Ray. It's a low-profile dual-light headlamp. The dual light means that it has a flood or a spotlight. It's designed for use on a helmet or hard hat. It would not be comfortable using it any other way unless you added additional padding to it, because there's none on there. The low-profile design is so that it can be used on helmets that are shield equipped and not interfere with the operation of the shield. That's another reason I chose that. So if I switch over to a firefighting helmet with a shield, it won't interfere with it. It uses Cree LEDs that are rated to 50,000 plus hours of operation. And the battery in the lamp housing is made of glass-filled nylon polymer, so it should be pretty durable. It's intrinsically safe rated, and you can see the ratings up here on the screen I put up there. That's another reason I chose this light, is so I don't blow myself up if I'm trying to turn off a gas leak after a disaster here. In terms of maintaining that intrinsically safe rating, the company states in the instructions that come with this light that it's only approved for use with Energizer E91 or EN91 batteries. That's Energizer Echo 91 or Echo November 91 AA batteries. And they say that it won't have that rating or maintain that intrinsically safe rating without that. It also meets NFPA-1971-8.6. Let's see, what's my next note say? It's drop rated to 2 meters and it's waterproof down to 1 meter. Okay, that's all of the basics. I'm going to switch over to operations of the lamp itself. The battery housing here has a hinge on it, and it's held in place so that the batteries cannot come out by a screw. That screw is fixed in position, so when you're changing batteries you won't lose it. It has a heavy-duty coiled cord that supplies electricity to the light at the front, and it's held in place by a couple of clips there. Those clips have been rotated so that it doesn't catch the band on my goggles when I use them. This also has a heavy-duty rubber band to hold that light onto the helmet. It has two adjusting places right there next to the battery compartment. The lamp portion has a spot on the right and a flood on the user's left. The off-on buttons are high power first push, low power second push, off on the third push. Each light can be used individually or they can be used in conjunction with each other. I find the light works best when both are used. Okay, let's switch over to this specs chart real quick. The top line of this chart covers the dual light function and the spotlight function. The dual lights have a rating of 310 lumens, and the spotlight on high power has 275. Spotlight on low power has 100. Looking at the company specs, the floodlight has a 250 lumen rating on high power and a 100 lumen rating on low power. The spotlight, working by itself, has a 120 meter distance range. The dual light function has 86 meters, and then the low power on the spotlight is a 75 meter rating. That fourth line there, I believe is the candela rating, but since I don't know, I won't speak on it. Then the last two have been covered earlier in the video. Here on the rear of the helmet, there's also an LED feature where there is a light that can help identify you or what your location is should someone be following you. There is a steady on feature with one push of the button, and another push of the button brings it to a flash mode. And then the third push of the button turns the feature off. The light tilts on the bracket that it's mounted to, the stainless steel bracket we can see there. It's held in place by a nut and bolt type setup. If it's left loose enough to adjust during use, whenever the light gets turned off or on, it will push back into its original position. My suggestion here is to find the most common position that this light is used in, tighten that nut down so that it will stay there, and then just tilt your head up or down to move the position of the light. Okay, switching over to some footage where we're actually using the light. This is a 17-foot hallway with a halogen tool axe combo at the end. That's the floodlight on high power. Now it's on low power. That's the spotlight on high power. Now low power. Switching over to using both lights at the same time. There they are, both activated. It's easy to see there that this lights up the interior spaces really well. Now we're going to move outside. This is the floodlight in the high power position. Now low. That undulating is only on the iPhone. That light doesn't do that. At least you can't see it with the naked eye. High power spot down to low power. Then switching over to using both lamps in the outside. Once again, this camera does not do the light justice. It's much better than what it looks like in here. That bush and that barrel's approximately 20 feet away. Here is the LED light that's located on the battery housing in the steady mode. That is 51 feet away approximately. And here it is in the flashing mode. That light is surprisingly bright, and it works well to get your attention. So if you're following somebody, this would be a great thing to have. Enough of that. Let's move over to a telephone pole so we can see a transformer as well as these electric lines. What's in the footage here, it does nothing for what you actually see with the light. This iPhone is not for nighttime shooting by any stretch of the imagination. There's a large pine tree here. Same thing. That light is much brighter. And there's some palm trees. It's really easy to see with that light, but the iPhone camera doesn't do it justice. And then here's some footage of what, if you're doing a search at night looking for something, or someone, or some animal, what might be visible using this. That's why I chose this light, in addition to the other reasons. This light works really good, especially in close quarters, which is mostly what it's designed for. It's not meant to see all the way down to the end of the street. I don't need that kind of light. I need a light where I can see where I'm working or in my immediate area if I'm searching for an animal or another person. In the immediate future, my plans are to purchase more straps for this, just to have some spares. And then in the future, I would like to equip several other of our helmets with this light as well, because I want to make sure that others working with me don't blow us up when they're turning the light off and on in a potentially hazardous environment. I would definitely buy these again if possible. I'm very satisfied with it. This is all I have, I guess, on this light. If there's anything else, I'll put it in my blog. If you have experience with this light, comments or questions, don't forget to put them down in the comment section of the video. And if you haven't, please subscribe. It really helps out a whole lot. This is Unit 13. I'm out.